Hi folks, Nick here from the Main Street Talk podcast. Are you thinking about your next Disney vacation? I can help you plan that vacation at no extra cost to you. As a travel genie at Genie Travel Company, I keep an eye out for the latest and best Disney promotions and then apply them so you get the most value for your vacation. Contact me at nick.garcia@genietravelco.com. And if you enjoy our podcast, please give us a rating in your player. Enjoy this week's show. Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's episode of the Main Street Talk podcast, your go-to podcast for all things Walt Disney World related, all the news and the updates and tips and tricks. I'm your host, Nick, and as always with me is Joni.
Hello, everyone.
Today is Sunday, June 21st, so happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day.
So all those fathers out there listening, we hope you're having a better day than us. It has been raining all day and is going to continue for the rest of the day until this evening, I believe.
That's okay. We'll get into hot. We're going to want the rain.
Yeah,
the grass is going to want the rain.
Exactly. Oh, I got in our news under resorts, I got some hot weather news that was very unfortunate for some people in Disney World, but we'll get to that.
Okay.
Before we get into it, I'm excited to announce I have extended the $50 gift card through July 31st. So, again, if you book a vacation with me from now until July 31st, a 5-night stay at Disney World or Disneyland with park tickets in a package, or a 4-night Disney cruise, you will get a $50 gift card emailed to you the week before you travel. So I've gotten a lot of inquiries about this, so I decided to extend it another month. Originally, it was only going to be through June 30th. So get a hold of me if you want to plan that. Yeah, and again, it doesn't matter when you travel. Just have to book by July 31st. So that's my big news, and Disney released some pretty big news this week. We're going to start with, instead of starting in the parks.
Okay,
So
I'm excited.
Are we ready to get into it?
Yes.
Well, this is a hotly debated news piece they dropped. Disney Springs bus and boat transportation is going to be changing majorly on June 28th. Starting June 28th, the transportation to resorts will be for Disney resort guests only. We're going to unpack this a little bit. So here is the full text from guest relations. Beginning June 28th, 2026, guests boarding Walt Disney World bus service or the Sassagoula River Cruise from Disney Springs to visit Disney Resorts hotels will be asked to show a valid Disney Resort hotel room key, Magic Band, or dining or enchanting extras reservation. Now, they say please keep the following details in mind. Guests with a valid Disney Resort hotel reservation may board any Disney Resort hotel bus service or river cruise boat from Disney Springs. Guests with a valid dining or enchanting extra reservation may board the appropriate Disney transportation from Disney Springs up to 2 hours before the reservation time. This process is specific to Disney transportation from Disney Springs to Disney Resort hotels. Guests may continue using available Disney transportation from theme parks to visit Disney Resort hotels. Disney transportation from Disney Springs is intended for guests staying at Disney Resort Hotel or visiting with a valid dining or enchanting extra reservation. This helps keep our Disney transportation running smoothly and allows us to deliver the best possible experience for our Disney Resort Hotel guests. Okay, now that with all that being said,
break it down.
This is only from Disney Springs. It is not from the parks to the resorts.
It's still going to put a damper on a lot of people's travel plans.
Now, there's two reasons for this. In my opinion, they said right here, it's to provide better transportation for resort guests because that is a perk of staying on site is you have transportation included. Some of those buses were getting pretty full from Disney Springs to the resort. But more importantly, I think what Disney is trying to cut down on is people driving, they're staying off-site, driving to Disney Springs and getting on a resort bus to go to a resort and then getting on a bus to go to the theme parks from that resort so they can bypass the parking fee. That probably has a lot to do with it.
I'm sure of it.
They had tested this out during Easter.
I thought it was just a temporary gig, but apparently
it was a test run,
sat well
obviously.
with them.
Now, what does this mean for other transportations in the future? I don't know. Are they going to do this for the Skyliner or the monorail? I don't know. But as of right now, keep in mind if you're staying off-site, you cannot, as of June 28th, you cannot travel to resorts from Disney Springs without a dining reservation, enchanting extra reservation, or a valid hotel stay. So keep that in mind. All right. Are we ready to get into the park news?
Sure.
Magic Kingdom from June 30th to July 4th. Several parks at Walt Disney World have later hours than usual, with Magic Kingdom being the most notable. So on June 30th, July 2nd, and July 3rd, Magic Kingdom will be open till 11 p.m. Usually it's open till 10. And on July 4th, it will be open till midnight. Usually open till 10. On June 30th, Animal Kingdom will be open till 7. Usually open till 6. On June 29th and June 30th, Hollywood Studios will be open until 10 p.m. rather than 9 p.m. Again, always double check the hours on your My Disney Experience app if you are double guessing or if you just want to know for sure. And Disney Vacation Club members attending Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party this year have the chance to take home a special keepsake. From 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. on party nights, eligible DVC members can head over to McKim's Mile House, a member lounge in Frontierland, to pick up a special Halloween keepsake. Members must have a ticket for the Not So Scary Party to receive the keepsake. Over at EPCOT, Disney Parks announced lineup and dining packages for this year's Eat to the Beat concert series at the International Food and Wine Festival from August 27th to November 21st. The concert series runs from August 27th to November 16th. All those bands and dates are listed on the website. Obviously, I can't run through all of those. This would be a very long podcast.
Yes, it would be.
The Chefs de France breakfast buffet experience will be back for the International Food and Wine Festival. The buffet was introduced during last year's festival. And at Hollywood Studios, the big story in entertainment this week is obviously Toy Story 5 is out in theaters. So at Hollywood Studios, 4 new limited time magic shots are launching at Disney's Hollywood Studios for the release of Toy Story 5. From June 19th through July 30th, guests can enjoy these magical PhotoPass moments at various spots at Hollywood Studios. And the Fantasmic dining package at Hollywood and Vine just got more expensive for both kids and adults. This package at Hollywood and Vine is a character meal and buffet, which includes the meal itself as well as a beverage. Adults are now $82, previously were $81, and kids are now $53, previously $51. And the permanently closed Indiana Jones Adventure Outpost is now being used for characters at Hollywood Studios. Nothing notable for Animal Kingdom. But for resorts, Disney's Boardwalk announced something. Disney has announced new additions coming to the Boardwalk in late 2026. A new venue called Hurly Burly will offer family-friendly games during the day and live entertainment for adults at night. Basin, a popular bath and body shop, is also coming to the Boardwalk. And Disney says a new quick service dining location is on the way, and more details are expected later this summer. And here we go with the 2-day heat advisory at Disney World this week.
Yikes.
Disney's Wilderness Lodge experienced an AC outage in the whole building for the 2 days during the heat advisory.
Oh.
They were sending guests to other resorts, and I mean, they were doing what, this stuff happens
on their choice. They weren't kicking people out.
No, they weren't kicking people out. People had, the choice to stay, or they were being, sent to different resorts. Some of them were value resorts, but they were trying their best to accommodate. Not sure how they're going to compensate anybody, but last I knew it was up and running. But it was still pretty hot in there because it's a big building and it's going to take days and days to cool back down.
Yes, but the pool was full.
All right, on to miscellaneous. Disney has announced a 2-day, 2-park ticket for $199. This is an admission to Epcot and Animal Kingdom only, not valid for Magic Kingdom or Hollywood Studios, and valid for start dates from August 3rd through September 30th. And Apple Wallet is getting a handy Magic Mobile upgrade with iOS 27, allowing Disney guests to view reservations, lightning lanes, dining plans, and more directly in the wallet, making vacation plans easier to manage. And the dates for the 2027 Run Disney Springtime Surprise Weekend at Disney World have been officially changed. Originally scheduled to take place from April 15th through April 18th, 2027, the popular race weekend has been bumped up by 1 full week. It is now scheduled for April 8th through April 11th, 2027. And here's a big surprise. Toy Story 5, as of Saturday, was the #1 movie in the world, bringing in $71 million on opening day.
I just don't understand how but oh my goodness. every single movie becomes number one
And
when it's in a franchise like that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The full Toy Story 5 soundtrack is available on all streaming platforms now. And Davey Chase, the voice of Lilo in Lilo the Stitch, has sadly passed away at the age of 35. That is my segment on news. Obviously, the big news is Disney Springs. Again, if you're traveling and you're staying off site, just be mindful that Disney Springs, you cannot get to a resort from Disney Springs. The workaround, I don't know. There's some workarounds. You could Uber to a theme park and get on the buses there. You have a dining reservation. You can get in the bus system through that.
But in order to have at a resort.
That's what I mean. Yeah, at a resort.
So I have a comment to make. Most of your segment was not good news.
It was, the boardwalk's getting some stuff.
Well, okay.
And the 2-day ticket.
I said most, and I'm focusing on your introduction and your ending.
Fine.
You got to squeeze those in there a little bit.
It's kind of just, maybe I'll whisper them and just say them really fastly and get past them.
Yeah, let's do that way.
But the Disney Springs had to be broken down.
Yes, I know. I get it, because you don't want any surprises when you get there and then realize, oh, what are we going to do?
Yeah, and then you got to.
And then you've got 2 hours of your day gone trying to get where you need to be.
All right. Well, let's go on to Spotlight on Attraction.
Okay. We are in Germany today, but before we head straight into Germany, there is a little outpost that I'd like to mention that is between China and Germany. It is called the Refreshment Outpost, and it offers snacks, drinks, seasonal items with an African theme. It serves American-style foods like hot dogs, ice cream, and specialty items, along with alcoholic beverages, soft drinks, and slushies. They also feature unique offerings during festivals, so check those out. It's known for its changing menu, so what you see one week may not be there the next week, so if you want to try it while you're there. This outpost offers vegetarian and gluten-free options, and snack credits are accepted with the purchase of the dining plan. So just a quick touch on the Refreshment Outpost. So now we are going to dive into Germany, and firstly, we're going to talk about their little shopping area called the Karamell-Küche, and this is a warm, inviting environment that is a popular caramel-themed shop known for its delicious, freshly made caramel treats like caramel popcorn, caramel apples, and cookies. I'm trying to see how many times I can say caramel in this.
Love caramel. You know, you do love caramel.
I know.
Caramel's your jam.
Talk about it all day.
Caramel, caramel, candy
it
bars.
all features Werther's original caramel.
Ooh,
like, come
better.
on. Like, you cannot go wrong. The shop lures visitors with its sweet smells and offers a variety of handmade confections, prepackaged candies, and unique merchandise, with cast members often seen making treats in the kitchen.
Mm.
Currently, Walt Disney World annual pass holders can receive 20% off of this location, but it applies to select regularly priced merchandise. So for additional details, terms, and conditions, you might want to check out the pass holder discounts within the My Disney Experience app. Also getting a discount are Disney Visa card holders. They receive 10% off select merchandise purchases at select locations when using their Disney Visa card. And of course, restrictions apply, so be sure you check those out as well. So that takes up the Caramel Kitchen. And next, we're going to run over to the Biergarten Restaurant, which is a table service lunch and dinner German-themed buffet, offering a lively communal dining experience with traditional German food and live polka music. It features an Oktoberfest-style atmosphere with communal tables, a stage with costume musicians, and just so you know, dancing is allowed. You can get up and
I can cut the rug.
Move and groove.
If I need to.
Do whatever you want. And you can enjoy food items like bratwurst, schnitzel, spatzel, and apple strudel, plus German beers and wines. They have allergy-friendly offerings available. Advanced reservations are highly recommended. Lunch hours are from about noon to 3:55, and then dinner switches over from 4 to 8. Currently, both lunch and dinner pricing is $49 per adult and $28 per child age 3 to 9. This pricing does include a standard non-alcoholic beverage, but it does not include tax or gratuities. So, a quick service option is SummerFest, which is a dining location offering casual alternatives, including a plant-based bratwurst. Seating is very limited and entirely outdoors, which is consisting of just a few tables in the back of the pavilion's courtyard. The operating hours are noon to 8, and current menu pricing as of 2026 varies, with pretzel bread pudding at $4.79 as the lowest priced item that I could find, up to a bratwurst served on a pretzel roll with sauerkraut and paprika chips for $12.69. SummerFest accepts quick service meal credits for entrees and snack credits for mini sides and desserts. So what kind of entertainment do we have over here in Germany? Well, we have entertainment at the gazebo.
Polka.
Yes. Well, and in the restaurant. You're right. You're absolutely right. So over at the entertainment at the Germany gazebo, you can discover fantastic live entertainment from celebrated German talent that consists of rotating lineup throughout the year. 2026 entertainment hosts the return of the Grooven Alps, which is a popular percussion band playing Bavarian folk tunes on items typically found on a dairy farm. We also have Freestyle Soccer Duo, which is appearing for limited summer runs, and these performers showcase incredible ball tricks. And bringing traditional dance and folk music to the gazebo during autumn months is the Tanzhaus Johann. And Tanzhaus means dance house, for those who don't know, because I had to look it up because I didn't know. Entertainment segments run about 15 to 20 minutes with varying times, so be sure to check the My Disney Experience app if this is something you are wanting to check out. Lastly, we have a meet and greet over in Germany, and this happens to be my beloved Snow White. This 10-ish minute meet and greet with the fairest one of all is located near her wishing well, which offers a fairy tale setting for photos and autographs. This is a popular spot for meeting and is often shorter lines than those in Magic Kingdom. So be sure to check the My Disney Experience app as she meets intermittently throughout the day. And also be mindful that sometimes other characters like Dopey have special meet and greets in the same area. So be sure when you're in there, check those out too. You might get a 2-for-1.
Sure.
Within the same area.
Nice.
And who doesn't want to meet Dopey?
Who
I mean,
doesn't?
come on. Or any of them.
Yeah. I was Dopey for Halloween.
I'm getting goosebumps because I want to meet all 7 of them. I'll even take the evil queen. Okay. So that clears up Germany for us.
We are exiting Germany?
We are done with Germany.
Okay. Well, thanks, Joni.
Yeah, you bet.
We're going to go on to This Week in Disney History. We are going to start June 22nd, 1955. Entertainment history was made when Disney released Lady and the Tramp in theaters. There wasn't just any animated movie. It was the studio's very first feature-length animated film shot in the panoramic cinescope widescreen format. It almost lost its iconic spaghetti eating scene because Walt Disney initially thought that dogs eating pasta would look too silly.
Uh-huh.
But animator Frank Thomas put it in.
Yeah.
We were just talking about that over the weekend.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And I've already talked about this movie.
Yeah, we already talked
and
about
discussed
the movie.
that. But it's and where were we? We were having dinner
we were
somewhere.
at a local Italian place.
And yes, and the song came on.
The song came on. And you had
we should have did it. We should have.
She made the comment, "Oh, that scene almost didn't make it."
Yep. And we should have eaten our spaghetti like Lady in the Tramp.
Next up, June 23rd, 1963, for a massive park milestone, Walt Disney himself debuted Walt Disney's Enchanted Tiki Room at Disneyland. This tropical paradise introduced the world to the very first audio animatronic characters, featuring a chorus of 225 singing birds, tikis, and flowers that forever changed theme park entertainment. June 21st, 2002, on this exact date, Disney released Lilo and Stitch in theaters.
Oh, how about that?
Yeah. And June 21st, 2016, EPCOT officially opened Frozen Ever After in the Norway Pavilion, instantly drawing massive lines. And that's what I have.
Well,
This Week in Disney is kind of a short segment.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, let's go on to our movie of the week.
Okay.
This, I know I said it several times. I finally watched Old Yeller.
Mm-hmm.
I've never watched it because I've always heard of how sad it is, so I never watched it.
But it is a great movie. It talks about love and loss and loyalty and
I buckled down, sat in my seat, and I watched the entire movie.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get into the movie this
Okay,
week.
1957 Old Yeller, rated G. First appearance was December 25th, 1957. The runtime is 84 minutes. The budget is estimated at $900,000 to $1.2 million, and box office on its initial theatrical run earned $5.9 million in US and Canada rentals, and when re-released in 1965, it earned an additional estimated $2 million in domestic rentals. Their creators, a little handful of people here, directed by Robert Stevenson and screenplay by Fred Gibson, GIP, and William Tunberg, cinematography by Charles P. Boyle, edited by Stanley E. Johnson, and the music was by Oliver Wallace and Will Schaefer. A Technicolor film produced by Walt Disney and distributed by Buena Vista Distribution. This movie is based on the 1956 book of the same name by Fred Gibson, who, remember, also co-wrote the screenplay, and it follows a classic Walt Disney film about a boy who is named Travis Coates and a stray dog in post-Civil War Texas, starring Tommy Kirk, who is Travis, Dorothy McGuire, who is Katie, the mother, Kevin Cochran, who is the younger boy, and of course, we have our beloved Fess Parker back, played as Jim. The story follows a young boy left to run the family ranch as his father travels on business. The boy reluctantly takes in a stray dog who proves his loyalty by saving the family from various threats, leading to a famously tragic ending when the dog contracts rabies, teaching Travis a powerful lesson about life and loss. There are a couple sidekicks in here that we've seen repeated shows. We've got a lazy but talkative neighbor, Bud Searcy, who is played by Jeff York, who has also starred with Fess Parker in other movies, along with his daughter, Lisbeth, played by Beverly Washburn. Also making an appearance is Chuck Connors as Bern Sanders, and a young cowboy who owns Old Yeller first, and he trades him to Arliss, the youngest boy. A follow-up movie, we have a sequel, Savage Sam, which we'll talk about in later weeks, which was released in 1963. Savage Sam is also based on a book by the same author who wrote Old Yeller, and that book was written in 1962. So as I said, we'll talk about more of that in an upcoming podcast. Though it did not receive or get any Academy Award nominations, it was a box office success and was awarded a Golden Laurel Award by Motion Picture Exhibitor magazine in 1958. More recently, in 2019, the film was selected for preservation into the United States National Film Registry by the Library of Congress for being culturally, historically, and aesthetically significant. Note that the 1956 novel by Fred Gibson did win the prestigious Newbery Honor in 1957. So the book got the award, but the film did not. So a little bit of bonus information. This was the fifth highest grossing film of 1957. The film was adapted into a 1957 comic book published by Dell Comics. It was number 869 of the four-color comic series. So if you've got that, fish it out, number 869. And it was reprinted in 1959. Japan also released a comic adaptation. It is considered very rare nowadays. The film became an important cultural film for baby boomers, with Old Yeller's fate in particular being remembered as one of the most tearful scenes in cinematic history. This was interesting. The dog Old Yeller was played by a dog actor named Spike. Even more interesting, Spike was a 170-pound Labrador Retriever and English Mastiff mix who was rescued as a puppy for just $3 from a shelter in Van Nuys, California. Spike was trained by Frank Weatherwax, a legendary Hollywood animal behaviorist. Frank and his brother Rudd were famous for training the original dogs for Lassie. And when Spike first arrived at the Walt Disney Studios, executives were worried that he was too sweet and gentle to play a protective frontier dog. This made me want to run right out to the shelter and get a dog. Can't get it for $3, but... So what they had to do when Spike first arrived, with them being worried, he had to be taught how to growl and snarl on command, after which he would instantly revert back to his goofy, affectionate self. So because Spike was entirely a non-aggressive dog, Disney had to create his rabid growls artificially, so they recycled savage dog fighting sound effects recorded years earlier for the animated film Lady and the Tramp. And per Beverly Washburn, who remember played Lisbeth, the little daughter, At the end of the film, when she's getting all her puppy kisses, the crew had to smear Gerber chicken baby food all over her to make the puppy aggressively lick her.
Interesting.
Yeah. Also, while the story is set in the rolling hills of West Texas, the actual filming took place on 14,000 acres in Southern California, because when the filming was to begin in midwinter, the real Texas was under feet of snow. So they had to move it.
Production?
Yep. Lastly, for the theatrical release, Walt Disney hosted a highly unusual promotional event at select early premieres in Houston, Texas, and New York City. Theater goers were allowed to bring their own pet dogs into the auditorium to watch the movie alongside their owners.
Oh.
How cute is that?
That's fun.
Yeah. So
bring your dog night.
Yeah. Hopefully they had an area outside for relief.
For potty breaks.
That's right.
All right. Thanks, Joni.
Yeah, you bet.
Breaking news on my phone. It just came through.
Oh.
Disney and Pixar's Toy Story 5 has achieved the biggest global opening for a movie in 2026 and the second biggest domestic animated film debut of all time. We're at $312 million. I don't think that's any surprise. All right. Well, we're going on to this week's tip or trick. We may have talked about this before, I don't know, but we have a lot of new listeners, and this is always a good tip or trick, especially for first-timers, is stroller identification. You go to Disney, you park your stroller in a sea of strollers.
And then you can't find it.
Yeah, everybody's got black strollers, it seems like.
And balloons, and the same.
Yeah, they all look alike. So how do you identify your stroller? What we do, we have like some tie-dye bandanas, and we tie them on the handles of ours. They're very unique bandanas. So that's how we identify ours. I know a lot of people use balloons or other things like that, but just make sure you tie something to the handle that is going to be identifiable, because cast members will move
can and will
move these strollers while you're inside an attraction, just to keep crowd flowing, or whatever, keep traffic flowing better. And I didn't think of this, but here's a second part. It's not a tip or trick. I think it's just a courtesy thing. If you're on Main Street watching the fireworks, be mindful of people behind you. I mean, I know, you put your kid on your shoulders and stuff, but the balloons...
The balloons are a nuisance.
Just lower them. It's 15 minutes. You can hold it down. You can tie it down or whatever. Just be mindful of people behind you with the balloons. Yeah, just lower them.
Yes, I agree.
If you can't tell, it's kind of a pet peeve of ours.
Yeah, it is.
So that is going to do it for this week's show. Our Facebook page is Main Street Talk. The Facebook group is Disney World Tips and Tricks. Our Instagram is the Main Street Talk Podcast. Our website is mainstreettalkpod.com. And we are on YouTube, audio only, no video. And you can contact me, nick.garcia@genietravelco.com, for any Disney travel where you can get that gift card booked by July 31st, or any major cruise line you would like to go on. And we are affiliates of the Magic Candle Company. Our link is on the website, and use the code Main Street Talk at checkout for 15% off. Mm-hmm. We will be back next week with more news, tips and tricks, a new movie, and a new pavilion in EPCOT.
Yeah, we're going to move to Italy.
We're going to Italy next.
A lot of these are like overlapping, talking about Lady in the Tramp.
I know,
yeah.
Yeah.
But hey, that's fine.
More information. Yeah. We're going to walk over to Italy next.
Yeah, that's right.
So we'll be back next week. We will talk to you real soon.
Bye, everyone.